Let's solve some more questions based on quadratic equations. Now this type of question is asked every year. It's a very common question. We need to solve the given equation and express the answer correct to two places of decimal. And here they have also mentioned that you may use mathematical table for this question. So whenever we see such a question, we know that we can solve a quadratic equation in two ways. Two main methods are there. One is by factorization and another is by using the quadratic formula or the Sridhar Acharya's formula. But whenever the question is asked like this, we should know that it's usually not possible to solve such questions by factorization. So we have to use the quadratic formula. So this quadratic equation is already given in the standard format. So let's compare with the standard format of a quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So we see that a value, coefficient of x square will be 1 here. Then b value will be -4, c is -2. And the quadratic formula says that the solution will be x equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. You would need to remember this formula. Now we just need to substitute the values and calculate. Minus of -4 plus minus square root of -4 square minus of 4 into 1 into -2 divided by 2 into 1. So double check that you have substituted the correct values. Okay, then we have minus of -4, which is +4, plus minus. The reason for plus minus is because a quadratic equation can have two roots. So these will be the two roots, plus and minus. Okay, then square root of 4 square, -4 square is 16. Then minus of 4 into 1 into -2. The two negatives becomes positive, and 4 times 2 is 8 divided by 2. So we have 4 plus minus root 24 by 2. Now there are two ways we can do this. One is that we can look at the square root table. You will be provided with a mathematical table. So we can have a look at that table and find out the value of square root of 24. So the table looks something like this. We locate 24 and the value is 4.899. There are 3 decimal places. Initially we would need to write all the decimal places, and only at the end you would need to round off the value. So that is one way to do it. Just substitute the value of root 24. Otherwise, let's break down root 24. We know that 24 is same as 4 times 6. So root 24 is root of 4 times 6. 4 is a square number. Root 4 is 2. So this is 2 root 6. The advantage here is, if I write root 24 as 2 root 6, the denominator 2, we will be able to get rid of it quickly. So the division gets eliminated. We don't need to do that. So I can write this as 4 plus minus 2 root 6 by 2. Now split the fraction into two parts. 4 by 2 is same as 2. Then plus minus 2 root 6 by 2 is only root 6. Now we can substitute the value of root 6. Check from the square root table the value of root 6. From this column 6.0, and from this column I see the value is 2.449. So it is 2 plus or minus 2.449. So either 2 plus 2.449 or 2 minus 2.449, which is 4.449 or minus 0.449. Now the question asked me to express the answer correct to two places of decimal. So we will need to look at the third decimal place and then decide. Here the third decimal place is 9, which is 5 or more than 5. So the answer becomes 4.4, and the second decimal place, instead of 4, it will be now 5. Add 1, and the second answer, the second root will be minus 4, 5. Because again the third decimal place here also is 9. So the second decimal place we add 1. Now also mention this is the answer correct to 2 decimal places. And this is your solution.